I'm on page 175 looking at example number 2, and this is called solving a system by substitution. I'm going to have to go over to a blank sheet of paper to do this. But before we do that, I want to recall this graph that we did just a minute ago, right here, where we were graphing the system. And you remember I was having trouble lining this point up. It's still not lined up. It should be at 1, 2. That's right there. So because of that issue, graphing is not my preferred way of solving. If your graph is not perfectly square, or if you have issues with the graph, you're going to have sometimes a wrong answer for your solution. So it can be done if you have a really solid graph, but this is by far my preferred way of solving systems. So here's the example, and we're supposed to solve by substitution. So I have these two equations. I'm going to pick the simpler of the two, which is this one, and I'm going to bring it down here. So I have x minus y equals 2. And I'm going to solve this equation for x. The reason being, I don't want to deal with a negative y. You can solve for x or y. I'm just choosing to solve for x. So I want to leave x over here, and everything else will be on this side. Now, the x is already in place. We don't have to worry at all about the x. The 2 is in place. It's a constant, so it's fine. But that y needs to move. So I'm going to move it away from the x and get it over here on this side and cancel. So what I've done is solve this equation for x. X equals 2 plus y. Then I'll take the second equation of my system, is negative 12, and I'm going to go ahead and build my t-chart right here. Okay, now instead of x, I'm going to use this quantity. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to plug in this amount because it's the same thing as x. So here I'll say negative 3 times 2 plus y plus 2y equals negative 12. And then I'm going to distribute. The negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And then negative 3 times y is negative 3y. And I'll add the plus 2y and the negative 12. Parentheses are gone. Now, I want the y's on this side and the constants on this side. So I'm going to move that 6 over to this side and cancel it here. So I'm left with negative 3y plus 2y is negative 6. And then go ahead and combine those y's to get negative 1y equals negative 6. Divide by negative 1. So y is positive 6. That is the solution to the system of equations. Y is positive 6. And again, that's called the solution to the system. The first thing you have to do is solve the simpler equation and then substitute that into this equation. And that's why it's called solving by substitution.